It happened suddenly. No warning, no script, no preparation. During what was supposed to be a cheerful start to Live with Kelly and Mark, viewers watched Ripa freeze mid-sentence. Her smile faded, her voice trembled, and for a moment she couldn't speak at all. And then she whispered the words that left the studio silent. Words about her husband, Mark Consuelos. Words no partner ever wants to say aloud. Today, we walk through exactly what happened on that emotional morning, what Kelly revealed, why fans are flooding the couple with love and support, and how this terrifying health emergency has changed everything behind the scenes. This is not a rumor, not a tabloid twist. It's a deeply personal moment the audience wasn't prepared to witness, and one Kelly herself never expected to share. The moment everything stopped. The episode began as usual, Kelly greeting the crowd, light banter about morning routines, the familiar comfort viewers know and love. But midway through a sentence, she paused, blinking rapidly, lips tightening as she tried to push through her script. At first, the audience thought it was a technical glitch, maybe a teleprompter mishap. But then Kelly lowered her cue cards, took a deep breath, and said quietly, "Kelly, reenactment. Before we continue, I need to share something about Mark." The room changed instantly. No jokes, no cameras cutting away, just raw silence. Kelly's voice breaks. Kelly tried to smile, as she usually does in uncomfortable moments, but the smile didn't hold. Her voice cracked as she explained that Mark had experienced a scary health emergency the night before. Not something fatal, not something life-ending, but serious enough that it forced them to rush for medical help. Kelly, reenactment. He scared me. I wasn't ready for it. None of us were. The audience leaned forward. You could feel the tension through the screen. A moment where entertainment met real human vulnerability. What happened to Mark? Kelly didn't give every medical detail, and she didn't need to. What she shared was enough. According to Kelly, Mark had suddenly felt dizzy, unsteady, and overwhelmed by a wave of discomfort that didn't feel normal. Out of precaution, they sought emergency evaluation. Kelly emphasized repeatedly that he was okay, that the situation was being handled by professionals, and that Mark himself insisted the show must go on. But as Kelly spoke, it was clear the emotional weight of the night was still hitting her. Her hands shook slightly. She wiped tears she didn't want anyone to see. This wasn't a TV moment. It was a marriage moment, accidentally broadcast to millions. Scene 4. Why it hit Kelly so hard. Fans know Kelly as energetic, sharp, witty, and unstoppable. But what many forget is how deeply she and Mark are connected. More than co-hosts, they're best friends, partners, parents, and each other's emotional home. Kelly explained that when Mark suddenly became unwell, it triggered every fear a spouse can feel. She stayed beside him the entire night. The exhaustion was visible on her face, but so was the relief that he was safe. This wasn't just fear of a medical emergency. It was fear of losing the one person who's been her anchor for decades. Private night they didn't plan to share. Kelly described it not as chaos, but one of the longest nights of her life. Sitting in a quiet room, watching monitors, holding Mark's hand, and hoping morning would come quickly. And Mark, ever the strong one, kept making jokes, trying to lighten the mood. Something Kelly said helped more than he realized. She admitted she didn't want viewers to worry, and didn't want Mark's privacy invaded. But she also didn't want to stand on camera pretending everything was normal. Her heart wouldn't let her. The audience reacted live. As Kelly spoke, the studio audience, who came expecting laughter, sat in stunned silence. Some covered their mouths. Others whispered, "Oh my God." One viewer near the front even stood up and said softly, "We love you, Kelly." In that instant, Kelly smiled through tears, a real, unfiltered smile, and thanked them. It became one of the most human moments Live with Kelly and Mark has ever broadcast. Public support exploded online. Narrator: within minutes, clips of Kelly's emotional moment spread across social media. Fans posted messages like, "Sending love to Mark. We're with you, Kelly. Health always comes first." Celebrities added their voices too. Friends, co-hosts, former colleagues, all expressing support, all reminding the couple they were not alone. This wasn't gossip. This wasn't drama. It was empathy. People were simply responding to a real human moment. Mark is doing now. Kelly reassured the audience that Mark was recovering, resting, and following all medical guidance. He insisted she return to work because life doesn't stop for fear, only for love. Kelly laughed softly, retelling that moment, and the audience laughed with her. That small bit of humor brought warmth back to the room, a signal that the worst was over, and hope was already finding its way back in. What this emergency taught them. Kelly ended the segment with a reflection that touched millions. Kelly, reenactment. When something scary happens, it reminds you of what really matters: family, health, and being there for the people you love. And just like that, the entire tone of the show changed, from entertainment to gratitude. Kelly promised viewers that Mark would return soon, stronger, smiling, and full of energy. She thanked everyone for their kindness and reminded the audience to check on the people they care about. Not later, not tomorrow, but today. Mark is recovering, Kelly is healing emotionally, and the world is sending love. Sometimes it takes a frightening moment to show us the strength of the bonds we take for granted. We're wishing the best for Kelly, Mark, and their entire family, and we'll keep you updated as this story continues.